Seeing water has a very quieting and relieving impact on individuals, which makes them experience satisfaction, quieting considerations, and be much more inventive. It's occasionally difficult to perceive that you're effective when you in all actuality do become achievement. Despite the fact that your inspiration for progress appears to be extremely evident, when you accomplish it and are at last effective, it's so natural to lose all sense of direction in the excursion to progress that you neglect to pause and consider what you've really accomplished. Attempt to stop occasionally and congratulate yourself for what you've accomplished. It's not generally simple to perceive when you're on the road to success to progress. This is somewhat like point number 2, yet it's so natural to see certain individuals who have accomplished astonishing things in a genuinely brief time frame and not understand that you're doing the very same thing as well. Particularly so when all it appears as though you're doing is investing all the hard energy with apparently very little result. You're significantly nearer to your objectives than you understand. A ton of the times, individuals won't see the hard work you put into accomplishing your objectives and will presumably reduce it, not on the grounds that they're being unpleasant, but since they simply don't have the foggiest idea what amount of time and exertion it's required for you to get to where you are. They will no doubt zero in on the more pleasant side of things and not give you enough credit for your hard work. Never let that get to you. Assuming you feel like you can share your history with them to give them an understanding, yet you ought to never feel like you need to. On the off chance that individuals simply believe you're fortunate, it's most likely in light of the fact that you've buckled down and worked effectively at working so flawlessly that don't get what it really takes to have gotten you where you are. I generally say this and I will say it in the future. Absolutely never let anybody tell you no. Indeed, individuals can say the words no. There's no controlling that except for what you have some control over anyway is the way you feel and the message you take from that no. Dismissals won't ever characterize who you are except if you let them do as such. Strangely, I was haphazardly paying attention to a show on the BBC discussing tryouts they have until further notice fruitful individuals like Enid Blyton, the essayist, and the Rolling Stones, to make reference to yet a not many where individuals who ran the studio simply didn't think these broadly effective people had anything fair to offer the general population, thus had thought of them off. They proceeded to refute them obviously, so it's memorables critical that individuals never have and never will characterize you. Achievement is relative. Your benchmark for progress is unique in relation to another person and will likely change many times. Attempt to make a note of what your benchmark is, record it on paper in the event that you should, so you can give yourself enough credit when you accomplish it. You will presumably have a few emphases and need to attempt on different occasions before you at last become fruitful. At every emphasis, it's vital to get together every one of the examples you've learned and use it to turn out to be better at the following cycle. Achievement generally embraces you in private. Be that as it may, failure generally slaps you in broad daylight. Concentrates on show acting without hesitation is the surest key to progress. If you counterfeit it, you will make it. Fruitful individuals are headed to succeed. They have a mental need to accomplish their objectives and status means a lot to them. Thanks for watching and like the video and subscribe the channel.